Alright, it's been a while since the last Q&A and the questions are starting to pile up, so I'll do another one now. This will be Q&A video number 11. The first series of questions comes from Hesham, the first one being, can you talk about nutrition, bulking, cutting, carbs, etc.? I'm very flattered that you continue to ask, but I've said before I'm not going to talk about nutrition on camera because I don't consider myself to be a world-class expert in that area. However, since you continue to ask, I'll share with you my philosophy so you can adopt it as your own. My philosophy is very simple. What you put into your body and when should be entirely based on what you just did or what you're about to do. It's really that simple. The next question is in regards to the rest pause method. He said, is it better designed for compound or isolation movements? The answer is it doesn't fucking matter. Compound and isolation movements are nothing more than tools used to load a specific muscle or specific group of muscles. The rest pause method is nothing more than a method used to impose a demand on the muscles that have been loaded. So it doesn't fucking matter if it's compound or isolation. The next question is in regards to volume. This is a common question that a lot of people want to know the answer to. How much is enough and how much is too much? And what this indicates to me is that you're focusing on an external cue like the number of sets you're doing, and you want me to tell you there's a magic number like 3 sets or 4 sets. There's no fucking magic in any of that. If you want to know if you should do another set, ask yourself this question before every single set that you do. If I'm to do this set, will I be able to do it with as much or more intensity than the last set? If the answer is no, then you're wasting your fucking time, and all you're doing is adding on to the amount of volume your body needs to recover from. Now, intensity is a relative term. If you're training for strength, it could mean the amount of weight you're using. But if you're not training for strength, it could mean the amount of stress the muscle is under. So if you can't do the next set with as much or more intensity than the last set, why the fuck would you want to do it? The next question is, should the impose a demand methods be used exclusively on every single set that you do? And the short answer is no. You can very easily overwork your capacity to recover. You got to understand why I shared those methods. Most people do not know how to work hard. They don't know how to channel their efforts accordingly to promote the response that they're there to get when they go to the gym. People will fail for one of two reasons at anything they do in life. They can't or they won't. The difference between the two, someone who can't doesn't have the tools, doesn't have the resources, and doesn't have the knowledge necessary to be successful. Someone who won't has all those things, they just choose not to use them. My whole purpose here is to empower people with the knowledge necessary to be as successful as they want to be, so that the only reason they would ever fucking fail if they watch my videos is by choice. However, extremists could take this information and very easily abuse it and overwork their capacity to recover, which would be counterproductive. So the answer is no, you should not use those methods on every single set that you do. Now the next question, Hesham, you want me to talk about arm circles? What the fuck do you want me to say about arm circles? What I wrote on the board there, if you could see it, says TFG, aka TFWT. That's total fucking garbage, also known as a total fucking waste of time. There's no logical reason why I would ever include arm circles into my strategy. If you have a logical reason for why you would, then go ahead. But the direction of effort when doing a circular motion and holding onto a free weight in which the direction of resistance is always going down towards the floor, the direction of effort is not going to be opposed by resistance for the majority of the range of motion. Therefore, it's a total fucking waste of time. I would never fucking do them. Now, the next question comes from SpeedyMechnic in regards to weight loss. He says, aside from calories in versus calories out, where else does his focus need to be when designing a program aimed at promoting weight loss? Now, it's a rather broad question. I'm not going to answer that. But what I do want to focus on is calories in versus calories out. There's a big misconception that as long as you're in a deficit, you're going to promote the response that you're there to get. But not all calories are created equal. Some can promote fat gain and can prevent fat from being burned. So this if it fits your macros bullshit and fasted cardio, it only really works for people that are cranking the fucking juice. If you're cranking the fucking juice, then it doesn't matter what you do because it's going to negate the negative side effects that accompany all the stupid decisions that you're making. If you're not cranking the juice, you want to take a more educated approach. So my advice to you would be look into the hormonal response from different types of foods and from different types of training, because hormones are chemical messengers that tell cells to do things. If what you're doing is promoting fat gain and preventing fat from being burned, then that would obviously negatively affect the outcome of your fat loss program. So that's where I would start if I were you. Now the next question / comment comes from David Mireles. He says he feels relatively weak, but yet he's still bigger and more developed than most of the people in his gym. Should he be concerned about this? Well, the answer is it depends on why you're doing what you do. If you're doing what you do to be bigger and more developed than other people, and you're getting the return on investment, then who gives a fuck how much weight you're lifting? If you're training to get stronger and you're not getting that return on investment, then you might want to modify the way you're doing what you do. But this applies to anybody. If you're getting the return on investment that you want, then who gives a fuck how you're getting it? The thing is that most people are not getting the return on investment that they want. That's why I do these videos, to empower them with the knowledge necessary so they can practically apply it and get the return that they're looking for. Most people are not getting it. But if you're getting it, then who gives a fuck what you're doing? Keep doing what you're doing. Good for you. Now, before I end this thing, there's two names I want to give a shout out to that have commented recently. I want you to know that your words have not fallen on deaf ears. You've had very positive things to say, and I'm very appreciative and grateful for that. So big thank you goes to Jakub Kowalski, and the next name, I tried to say it off camera. I don't think I could pronounce it, but it's written right there on the board. Fittritious. Anyways, you've had very positive things to say, and I'm very appreciative and grateful for that. In fact, I just want to thank everybody who's had positive things to say, and everybody who's watched the videos, liked the videos, shared the videos, and especially those who have taken time out from their day to comment on the videos and have had very positive things to say. In fact, since I started this whole thing, the feedback I've gotten has been nothing but positive, except for 2 videos I did on that athlete X motherfucker and his bullshit pull-up advice. Apparently the guy's got a lot of dick riders that want to talk about how big his dick is, but I don't give a shit about any of that. Aside from that, everything has been positive, so big thank you goes out to everybody who supported me. If you like the information, share it. Click the fucking button at the bottom of the screen you're looking at. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Support me, and I'm going to keep on bringing it.